everyone, and welcome to a deep dive into something I'm sure you've thought about.
Mm.
How AI might change the way you work by 2025.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got a pretty diverse range of sources for this one.
Yeah.
A YouTube video essay, some articles by experts, even a blog post and a website definition to really give us a well-rounded perspective.
It's going to be a good one.
It is.
Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in all the AI hype and fear.
Right.
But what we're going for in this deep dive is a balanced perspective. You know, we want to look at both the disruptions and the opportunities that AI could bring to the workplace.
We're going to be tackling some of the big questions you probably have, like, are there any jobs that are truly AI-proof? What skills should you be focusing on right now to make sure you're ahead of the curve? And, of course, the big one. Are robots about to take all the jobs?
Right.
So to kind of get a handle on that, we should probably understand the potential trajectory of AI development, and that's where this Lazy Owl video on YouTube comes in. They've created a 5-stage framework for how AI might impact jobs over time, and they use a fictional character named Jim to illustrate these shifts.
Gotcha.
Now, keep in mind, this is fictionalized, but it helps us visualize how this might progress.
Yeah, it paints a picture.
Exactly.
So we can see how it unfolds.
So let's break down this Jim scenario.
Yeah, let's do it.
It starts back in 2010 with stage 1, where we see rule-based AI taking over those repetitive data entry jobs.
Yeah, the classic example.
Right. So poor Jim, fresh out of college, loses his data entry gig to a bot.
Happens all the time.
But maybe it was a blessing in disguise.
Could be.
Because it kind of pushes him towards his real passion.
Right.
Writing.
Writing, yeah.
And this is where things get interesting.
Okay.
Fast forward to stage 2, which is happening right now. AI with context awareness is displacing lower-level admin roles.
Makes sense.
Think of virtual assistants like Siri and Google Assistant, handling scheduling and basic inquiries.
Right.
This isn't just a fictional problem for Jim.
It's not.
We're already seeing this play out in real life.
Yeah.
The Whatties article specifically mentioned how administrative assistants are using tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot to boost their productivity.
Right.
And these tools are only going to get more advanced.
They are for sure.
So those receptionist jobs, for example, are becoming less common.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, at this point in the Lazy Owl video, our fictional Jim is feeling pretty secure in his creative writing role at an ad agency.
Makes sense.
Assuming AI can't possibly replicate that kind of work.
It's the creative stuff.
But then comes stage 3 AI with domain-specific expertise.
Oh, boy.
And this is where the line between fiction and reality starts to blur a little.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Think of that Google AI that beat the world's best Go player.
Right, the Go champion.
Go is incredibly complex.
It is.
And this victory demonstrates the potential for AI to master specialized fields.
Absolutely.
In the Lazy Owl video, this is where specialized support roles, like paralegals or junior researchers, begin to feel the heat.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And Jim's confidence starts to crack because AI is now creeping into creative fields too.
Oh, boy.
Stage 4 sees the rise of OpenAI with reasoning capabilities.
Okay.
So AI is writing code, composing music, even creating videos.
Wow.
Now, for those who aren't familiar, OpenAI refers to AI systems that are designed to be more general purpose and adaptable, capable of learning and performing a wider range of tasks.
Gotcha.
So suddenly, those entry-level writing and creative jobs at Jim's agency are being replaced by a single AI prompt.
That's pretty alarming for a lot of people.
It is. And it really is a great example of how even creative fields that we once considered untouchable are now being transformed by AI.
That's right.
It raises some important questions about the future of creativity and the value of uniquely human skills.
Huge questions.
It really does.
Yeah.
And then things take a big leap forward.
Okay.
In 2030, Stage 5 arrives with the arrival of Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI. This is the big one.
The big one, yeah.
Where AI reaches human-level intelligence. And widespread job displacement occurs across nearly every sector.
Right.
The video paints a pretty dystopian picture of mass unemployment leading to universal basic income and some pretty unsettling societal shifts.
It's a scary thought.
It is a scary thought.
For sure.
Now, it's really important to remember that this is a fictionalized scenario.
Right. It is just a story.
It is just a story.
Yeah.
However, it does force us to kind of confront the potential long-term implications of AGI and how we might prepare for a future where work looks very different from what we know today.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
It is something to think about.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thought-provoking scenario, but it can also feel a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
So let's take a step back from the fictional and look at some more grounded predictions.
Yeah.
The First Movers article offers a fascinating side-by-side comparison of jobs most and least likely to be impacted by AI in the near future.
Sooner rather than later.
And there are some surprises.
Oh, yeah.
On both sides of that list.
Interesting. Okay.
For example, one job they highlight that's unlikely to be fully replaced by AI is teaching.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which honestly is a bit of a relief.
That's good to hear.
It is good to hear.
Yeah.
But the article suggests that AI will definitely transform the classroom in ways we can't even fully imagine yet.
Right. So teachers are safe, but their jobs are going to look different.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's a really crucial point. It's not always about complete replacement, but about AI changing the nature of work itself.
Yeah. It's about adaptation and integration.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's about how we adapt and integrate AI into existing roles to enhance what humans can do.
Absolutely.
Another interesting example from the First Movers list is software development.
Software development.
They say the demand for skilled coders will likely remain high.
Makes sense.
But the types of coding work that are most valuable are changing.
I see. So it's not enough to just know how to code. You have to adapt to the new tools and techniques.
Exactly. And this really speaks to the importance of continuous learning and upskilling, which is something that the First Movers article really emphasizes. We can't just sit back and wait for the AI wave to hit. We need to be actively developing those AI-proof skills that AI can't easily replicate.
Yeah, stay ahead of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they gave a really inspiring example of this adaptability with the writer Julia McCoy, who went from being totally anti-AI to becoming a successful AI consultant.
That's a great example.
She really did a complete 180.
Yeah.
And her story shows there's real opportunity in embracing this change and finding new ways to leverage AI to our advantage.
Absolutely.
And her story also highlights a key takeaway from the article, Don't Fear AI, Adapt to It.
Don't fear it, adapt to it. Yeah.
It's about focusing on developing those uniquely human abilities that AI can't replicate, like creativity, emotional intelligence, critical thinking, and complex problem solving.
Makes sense.
So it's not about becoming a robot ourselves,
right,
but about becoming even more human in our approach to work.
Yeah, I like that.
It's about leveraging our strengths and recognizing that while AI can automate tasks, it can't replace human ingenuity, empathy, and the ability to navigate complex situations.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are things that are inherently human.
They are.
Yeah.
And they even recommend specific online learning platforms like Coursera and edX, which I think is super helpful for anyone who's feeling a bit overwhelmed by the prospect of having to learn new skills.
It can be intimidating.
It can be.
For sure.
And speaking of feeling overwhelmed, let's talk about the fact that AI isn't just some distant threat. It's already woven into so many aspects of our lives.
It really is, yeah.
And the blog posts and the What Is article really bring this point home. They highlight how prevalent AI already is, from those customer service chatbots we interact with every day.
Every day, yeah.
To the robots used in manufacturing.
It's everywhere.
It's not just in those fields either. The blog post even mentioned AI being used to compose music and write articles.
Really?
Which honestly blew my mind a little.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
There's a striking anecdote in the blog post about a musician who's struggling to distinguish between human-made music and AI-generated tracks.
Wow. So they're getting that good.
They're getting that good.
It's really impressive.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it underscores how rapidly AI is advancing and blurring the lines between human and machine creativity.
Yeah, where do we even draw the line anymore?
Right.
Yeah.
It raises some fascinating questions about how we define creativity in a world where AI can produce outputs that were once considered uniquely human.
It's a whole new landscape.
It really is.
Yeah.
And remember that statistic from the What Is article? That said 44% of U.S. companies are already using AI-powered chatbots for customer conversations.
That's almost half.
That's almost half.
Yeah.
Clearly, this isn't some science fiction scenario anymore.
It's not. No, it's here.
It's a clear indication that AI is reshaping industries. And it's happening now.
So we got to pay attention.
We do.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the question of specific jobs.
Okay, let's get specific.
The What Is article dives deep into this.
Okay.
Providing a breakdown of 17 job types.
17, wow.
That are already being affected by AI.
Okay, I'm interested.
And they don't just list the jobs.
Okay, good.
They give concrete examples of how AI is being used in each field.
All right, let's hear it.
For instance, administrative assistants are using Microsoft 365 Copilot to boost productivity.
Right.
And teachers are leveraging AI for lesson planning and personalized learning.
Interesting.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that for most jobs, AI isn't about complete replacement.
Right.
But about augmentation.
Yeah, it's a tool.
It is a tool. AI is a tool that can enhance human capabilities and change how we approach work.
Absolutely.
Graphic designers, for example, are using AI tools like Photoshop's generative fill.
Oh, cool.
To enhance their creative process, not make themselves obsolete.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to see how AI is becoming this collaborative tool, almost like a partner in certain professions.
Yeah.
It's changing the way we work and think about work.
It's a fundamental shift.
It is.
Yeah.
And that shift in perspective is crucial for understanding how to navigate the future of work in the age of AI.
Absolutely. We need to adapt our thinking.
We do.
Yeah.
We're not just passive bystanders in this technological revolution.
We have an agency.
We do.
Yeah.
We have the power to adapt, learn, and shape how AI integrates into our lives.
I like that. Yeah, it's empowering.
It is empowering.
It's not all doom and gloom.
It is not all doom and gloom.
There's a lot of potential there.
There is.
For positive change as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've talked about the potential impact of AI on different jobs. But what about the bigger picture?
Yeah.
What's being done to regulate this technology and make sure it's being developed and used responsibly?
It's a big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the What Is article touches on the emerging landscape of AI regulation.
Good.
They mention some key developments like the EU's AI Act.
Okay, the AI Act.
Which aims to establish a regulatory framework for AI.
Interesting.
And there's the Frontier Model Forum, formed by leading AI companies to address safety and ethical concerns.
So they're trying to get ahead of some of the potential problems.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
And we can't forget about local initiatives like New York City's Local Law 144, which regulates the use of AI in hiring practices.
So it's happening at different levels.
It is. These are all important steps towards ensuring fairness and transparency in how AI is deployed.
Yeah, we need those safeguards. We do.
To make sure things don't get out of hand.
Absolutely.
It's definitely reassuring to see that there's a growing awareness of the need for safeguards and guidelines, especially with AI becoming more powerful and pervasive.
But what about here in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Is there any federal legislation on the horizon?
That's a good question.
The article acknowledges that comprehensive federal AI regulation in the U.S. is still evolving, which is something to keep an eye on.
Definitely.
However, there are encouraging signs like President Biden's executive order on AI, which focuses on protecting consumer privacy, promoting responsible innovation, and supporting workers who might be displaced by AI.
So there are efforts being made.
There are efforts being made.
To address those concerns.
So there's a lot happening in the world of AI regulation, and it seems like things are moving in a positive direction.
That's good to hear.
It's clear that this technology is here to stay. And we need to figure out how to navigate its impact on our lives and our work.
Absolutely. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Yeah.
It's a journey we're all on.
It is, and it's just beginning.
It is just beginning.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the potential for AI to displace jobs to the importance of developing AI-proof skills and the emerging landscape of AI regulation.
It's a lot to take in.
It is a lot to take in, but I'm curious to dig a bit deeper into those 17 job types the What Is article outlined as being potentially affected by AI.
Yeah, let's get into some real-world examples.
Let's do it.
Of how AI is already changing the game in various industries.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'm ready to hear about AI in action. Where should we start?
Well, we've already touched on administrative roles and how tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot are changing the way administrative assistants work. But it's not just about scheduling meetings and organizing emails.
Oh, right.
Let's get into some real-world examples of how AI is impacting jobs. We'll use the 17 job types from the What Is article as a springboard, but we won't get bogged down going through each one. Instead, we'll pick out some interesting cases that really illustrate how AI is changing the game.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready to hear about AI in action. Where should we start?
Well, we've already touched on administrative roles and how tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot are changing the way administrative assistants work. But it's not just about scheduling meetings and organizing emails.
Right. It's like having a super efficient virtual assistant by your side, handling all those tasks that used to take up so much time. But what's the bigger picture here? How is this actually changing the role of an administrative assistant?
It's freeing them up. To focus on more strategic, higher-level work that requires human judgment and relationship building. Instead of being bogged down by routine tasks. They can focus on things like project management, problem solving, and collaborating with other teams.
That makes a lot of sense. AI is taking care of the mundane. So administrative assistants can focus on the things that really require a human touch. Okay, what's another job where we're seeing this kind of shift?
Let's talk about content writers.
Content writers.
We all know that AI can generate text, but it's not about replacing human writers entirely.
Right. The blog post even mentioned that AI-generated writing can still feel a bit off.
Yeah, it's not quite there yet.
Lacking that certain something that makes human writing engaging and relatable. So how are writers actually using AI right now in their work?
They're using it to brainstorm ideas. Overcome writer's block, refine their grammar and syntax, and even conduct preliminary research. Think of it like having an AI writing partner to bounce ideas off of and streamline certain parts of the writing process.
That's actually pretty cool. AI could be a huge time saver for writers.
It could.
Especially for those more tedious and repetitive tasks. It could free them up to focus on the creative aspects of writing. Like crafting compelling narratives and connecting with readers on an emotional level.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's about using AI to enhance human creativity, not replace it. And speaking of enhancing human capabilities, let's move on to a field where precision and efficiency are paramount. Manufacturing.
Manufacturing is a classic example of an industry that's already been significantly impacted by automation.
Robots have been on the assembly line for decades.
But with AI, things are going to a whole new level.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
What are some of the ways AI is changing the game in manufacturing?
Well, think about those incredible AI-powered robots you see in videos. The ones that can perform incredibly precise and complex tasks at lightning speed. They're already being used in various stages of production. From product assembly and welding to packaging and quality control.
It's mind-blowing to see how these robots can work with such speed and accuracy.
It is.
But what does this mean for the human workers in manufacturing? Are they all going to be replaced by robots?
Not necessarily. AI in manufacturing is about enhancing efficiency and productivity. Not completely replacing human workers. While some jobs may be displaced. AI is also creating new opportunities. Think about the people who need to design, program, maintain, and oversee these AI-powered systems.
So it's not just about robots taking over. It's about humans and robots working together.
Exactly.
Each leveraging their own strengths and capabilities.
It's a partnership.
It is a partnership.
We're seeing this pattern emerge across multiple industries.
We are.
Yeah.
AI is changing the nature of work, but it's not necessarily eliminating the need for human workers.
Right.
It's about adaptation and collaboration.
Yeah, working together.
And speaking of adaptation, let's talk about another profession that's going through some significant changes due to AI.
The truck driving.
Truck driving.
So that's one I'm really curious about.
Okay.
We've all heard about self-driving cars.
Right.
But self-driving trucks seem like a whole other level of complexity.
It's a big challenge.
How is AI actually impacting the trucking industry right now?
It's not just about robots take the wheel entirely, at least not yet.
Okay.
AI is being used to develop driver assistance systems that make trucking safer and more efficient.
Right.
Think about things like lane departure warnings, automatic emergency braking, and adaptive cruise control.
Right.
These features are already helping truck drivers avoid accidents and navigate long hauls more easily.
So it's not about eliminating the driver,
right,
but about making the driver's job easier and safer.
Exactly.
Using AI as a tool.
It's a tool to enhance human capabilities.
But what about the long-term implications?
Yeah.
Will truck drivers eventually become obsolete as self-driving technology advances?
That's a question a lot of people are asking.
And there's no easy answer. While self-driving trucks are still in development, there's no doubt that they have the potential to significantly disrupt the trucking industry.
But even if self-driving trucks become widespread, there will likely still be a need for human oversight and intervention in certain situations.
Exactly. It's not a perfect technology.
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how we adapt and integrate that technology into existing systems and workflows. We can't just assume that AI will magically solve all our problems or that it will completely replace humans in every job.
It's not a magic bullet.
That's a crucial point.
It is.
It's about finding that balance between human expertise and AI capabilities.
Absolutely. We need both.
We do.
Now let's switch gears and talk about a field where this balance is particularly interesting.
Okay.
Finance.
Finance.
Yeah.
Now, that's an industry that's already heavily reliant on data and technology.
It is.
So I can only imagine how AI is shaking things up.
It's making big waves.
You're right. AI is being used in various aspects of finance, from monitoring transactions and detecting fraud to providing personalized financial advice and managing investments.
It's a wide range of applications.
So is AI going to replace financial advisors altogether?
That's a good question.
I mean, I can see how an AI could analyze market trends and recommend investments much faster than a human could.
Yeah, AI is great at crunching numbers.
It's certainly a possibility that some financial advisory roles, particularly those focused on routine tasks, could be automated by AI.
Makes sense.
But remember, finance is also about relationships, trust, and understanding individual client needs.
Right.
These are areas where human advisors still have a significant advantage.
Absolutely. People want to work with people.
They do.
Yeah.
That makes sense. People are more likely to trust a human with their financial decisions, especially when it comes to complex and emotionally charged matters like retirement planning or investing for their children's education.
Yeah, those are big decisions.
They are big decisions.
And even in areas where AI can excel, like data analysis and risk assessment, human oversight is still crucial.
Okay.
It's about finding that synergy between human judgment and AI capabilities. To provide the best possible financial guidance to clients.
Okay, so AI is transforming the financial landscape.
It is.
But it's not necessarily a zero-sum game. It's about finding new ways to leverage AI to enhance human expertise and improve outcomes for everyone involved.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, it's a collaborative approach.
It is a collaborative approach.
And this theme of collaboration extends to another field.
Okay.
It might seem surprising at first.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Graphic design.
Graphic design.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to hear how AI is impacting that creative field.
Okay.
I mean, design seems so subjective and reliant on human intuition and artistic vision.
Right.
How can AI even play a role in that?
Well, think about all the AI-powered design tools that are emerging.
Okay.
These tools can automate certain design tasks, generate design ideas, and even create entire layouts and visuals based on user input.
That's incredible.
It is.
But does that mean graphic designers are going to be out of a job soon?
Not at all.
Will AI become the new creative director?
I don't think so. AI in graphic design is more about augmentation than replacement.
Okay.
These AI tools are giving designers new capabilities to enhance their creativity and productivity.
Okay.
They can use AI to explore a wider range of design possibilities, test out different ideas quickly, and free up their time to focus on the more strategic and conceptual aspects of design.
So it's like giving designers superpowers.
Yeah, kind of.
They can leverage AI to push the boundaries of their creativity and come up with designs that might not have been possible before.
Exactly. It's expanding their creative horizons.
Exactly.
And this trend of humans and AI working together continues as we move on to our next job.
Typed. Teachers. Now, that one really surprises me.
It's an interesting one.
I always thought teaching was one of those uniquely human professions that couldn't be automated. I mean, how can an AI replicate the human connection and emotional intelligence that's so crucial to effective teaching?
You're right. The human element of teaching is irreplaceable.
Okay.
But AI is already having a significant impact on education. And that impact is only going to grow in the coming years.
Okay.
Think about it. AI can analyze massive amounts of student data, identify patterns, and tailor learning experiences to individual needs in ways that humans simply can't.
So you're talking about personalized learning, where each student gets a customized educational experience based on their unique strengths, weaknesses, and learning styles.
Exactly. Imagine AI systems that can analyze student performance data and identify areas where they need extra support or challenges. These systems could provide targeted feedback, recommend personalized learning resources, and even adjust the pace and difficulty of lessons to match each student's progress.
That's amazing. It sounds like AI could be a game changer for students who struggle with traditional classroom settings.
It could.
Or need a more customized learning approach. It could help level the playing field and create more equitable educational experience for everyone.
That's the goal.
Right. AI can also help teachers with tasks like lesson planning, grading, and administrative duties, freeing up their time to focus on what they do best.
Right.
Inspiring, mentoring, and connecting with their students on a human level.
Exactly.
It sounds like a win-win situation. AI can handle the more data-driven and repetitive aspects of teaching, allowing teachers to focus on the human side of education.
It's about finding that balance.
It is.
But there are also potential downsides to consider, right? What about the risk of over-reliance on AI in the classroom?
That's a valid concern.
It is.
It's important to strike a balance and ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly in education. We need to make sure that AI tools are designed to enhance human teaching, not replace it entirely.
It's a tool, not a replacement.
It's about using AI to empower both teachers and students, not to create a sterile and impersonal learning environment.
We don't want to lose that human connection.
You don't.
Yeah.
And this brings us to another field where human connection and personalized experiences are paramount. Travel and tourism.
Travel and tourism.
I'm really intrigued to hear how AI is impacting that industry. I can see how AI could play a role in things like booking flights and finding hotels. But what about the bigger picture? How is AI changing the way we experience travel?
AI is making travel planning easier and more personalized than ever before. Think about AI-powered travel assistants and chatbots. That can help you find the best flights, hotels, and rental cars based on your preferences and budget. They can analyze massive amounts of data to create custom itineraries, suggest hidden gems you might not have discovered otherwise, and even predict potential travel disruptions so you can avoid them.
That sounds super convenient. I can definitely see myself using something like that for my next vacation.
It's a game changer.
No more endless scrolling through travel websites trying to compare prices and options.
It takes the hassle out of travel planning.
Exactly. And AI is also enhancing the travel experience itself. Imagine AI-powered translation apps that can help you communicate with locals no matter where you go. Or augmented reality apps that can overlay information about historical landmarks or cultural attractions.
Cool.
Right onto your smartphone screen as you explore a new city.
That would be amazing.
That would be incredible. I always feel a bit lost when I'm traveling in a country where I don't speak the language.
Yeah, it can be a barrier.
AI could definitely break down those communication barriers and make travel more accessible and enjoyable for everyone.
Absolutely. It's opening up the world to more people.
And for businesses in the travel industry.
AI is being used to personalize marketing campaigns, optimize pricing strategies, and provide better customer service.
So it's helping businesses too.
It is.
Interesting.
For example, AI can analyze customer data to predict their travel preferences, recommend destinations they might be interested in, and even offer personalized discounts and promotions.
So it's a win-win for both travelers and businesses.
It really is.
Yeah.
So it's about creating a more seamless and personalized travel experience. From start to finish, AI is really shaking things up in this industry.
It is.
And it seems like most of these changes are for the better.
Yeah, it's making travel more efficient, enjoyable, and accessible.
You're right. AI is opening up new possibilities in travel and tourism, making it easier, more accessible, and more enjoyable for everyone.
And speaking of breaking down barriers, let's talk about a field where AI is having a particularly profound impact. Translation.
Translation. Now, that's one I wouldn't have guessed. Yeah. It's an interesting one.
I mean, translation seems so reliant on nuance and understanding the subtleties of language and culture.
It is.
How can AI even begin to compete with human translators?
You're right that human translators have deep understanding of language and culture. That's hard to replicate. But AI is making impressive strides in this field. We're already seeing AI-powered translation apps and services that can provide real-time translations of text and speech in multiple languages.
I've definitely used those translation apps before.
Yeah, they can be helpful.
And they can be lifesavers, especially when you're trying to navigate a foreign country or communicate with someone who speaks a different language.
Right.
But are they good enough to actually replace human translators?
That's a question that's being debated right now in the translation community. While AI translation technology is rapidly improving, it's still not perfect. AI can struggle with things like idioms, sarcasm, humor, and cultural references, which can lead to mistranslations and misunderstandings.
So are you saying that human translators are safe for now?
I think it's more accurate to say that the role of human translators is evolving. AI is taking over some of the more straightforward translation tasks, like translating technical documents or website content. But there will always be a need for human translators who can handle the more nuanced and complex aspects of language. Especially when it comes to things like legal documents, marketing materials, and creative writing.
It sounds like a similar pattern to what we've seen in other industries.
It is.
AI is automating some tasks, but it's also creating new opportunities for human professionals who can adapt and leverage AI tools to enhance their skills and expertise.
It's all about adaptation.
It is.
Exactly. And this theme of adaptation and collaboration is crucial as we move on to our next job type. Legal professions.
Legal professions. Now, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. It's a field that's often seen as resistant to change.
I know AI is already being used in some legal contexts, like document review and legal research. But can AI really replace lawyers?
It's a question a lot of people are asking.
I mean, the legal profession seems so steeped in tradition, precedent, and human judgment.
You're right. The legal profession is deeply rooted in human expertise and interpretation. But AI is already changing the legal landscape in significant ways. For example, AI-powered tools are being used to analyze contracts, identify potential legal risks, and even predict the outcome of court cases.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is impressive technology.
So are we going to see AI judges presiding over courtrooms in the future?
That's a question that's generating a lot of debate. While some experts believe that AI could play a role in certain aspects of legal decision-making, most agree that human judges are still essential to ensure fairness, impartiality, and accountability in the legal system.
So AI in law is more about augmentation than replacement, right?
Exactly. AI is providing lawyers with powerful tools to enhance their research analysis and decision-making. It can help them work more efficiently, reduce errors, and provide better legal counsel to their clients.
It sounds like AI is transforming the legal profession in a similar way that it's transforming other industries.
It is. There are common threads across all these different fields.
It's about finding the right balance between human expertise and AI capabilities to achieve the best possible outcomes.
That's a great way to put it. AI is a tool that can amplify human intelligence and expertise, but it's not a replacement for human judgment, empathy, and ethical considerations.
This has been a fascinating look at how AI is impacting various jobs.
It has.
We've seen how AI is automating tasks, enhancing efficiency, and creating new opportunities in a wide range of industries.
It's a transformative technology.
But there's still so much to explore. What other areas should we be thinking about as we navigate this AI-driven world?
You're right. We've just scratched the surface. There are so many other aspects of AI to consider.
Okay.
From the ethical implications to the potential societal impact, it's a topic that's going to continue to shape our lives and our work in profound ways.
You're right. We've only just begun to explore the vast implications of AI.
It's a huge topic.
It is clear that AI is a powerful tool with the potential to revolutionize countless industries.
That's already happening.
But it also raises some really big questions.
It does.
About the future of work and society as a whole.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, it's essential to think critically about its potential impact, both positive and negative. We need to be asking ourselves, how do we ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits humanity?
That's a huge question, and honestly, a little daunting to think about. Where do we even begin to address something that big?
Well, one important area to focus on is the potential for AI to perpetuate and amplify existing societal biases.
Oh, wow. Okay.
AI systems are trained on massive data sets.
Right.
And if those data sets reflect biases that already exist in society, the AI can inadvertently learn and reproduce those biases.
That's a scary thought. Can you give me an example of how this might play out in the real world?
Imagine an AI system that's used to screen job applicants.
Okay.
If the system is trained on data that shows a historical preference for male candidates in a particular field, it might unfairly disadvantage female applicants, even if those applicants are equally qualified.
That's a perfect example of how AI could unintentionally reinforce existing inequalities.
Yeah, it's a real concern.
It's like baking bias into the very systems that are supposed to be objective and data-driven.
Yeah.
What can we do to prevent this from happening?
It starts with being aware of the potential for bias in AI systems.
Okay.
Developers and researchers need to be incredibly careful about the data they use to train these systems. They need to actively identify and mitigate biases in the data to ensure that the AI is learning from a fair and representative sample.
So it's about being proactive and intentional in the design and development of AI systems.
Exactly.
We can't just assume that AI will be neutral or objective by default.
Right.
We need to build those values into the technology from the ground up.
It's about ethical design.
And this ties into another crucial consideration, transparency.
Transparency, yeah.
As AI systems become more sophisticated and make more decisions that impact our lives, it's essential that we understand how those decisions are being made.
Absolutely. We need to know how the sausage is made.
So we need to be able to see inside the black box of AI, so to speak. But isn't that a challenge given the complexity of these systems?
It's definitely a challenge, but it's one that researchers and developers are working to address.
Okay.
There's a growing field called explainable AI.
Okay, explainable AI.
That's focused on creating AI systems that can provide clear and understandable explanations for their decisions.
That sounds promising. If we can make AI more transparent, it will not only build trust in these systems, but it will also allow us to identify and correct any biases or errors that might be creeping in.
Exactly. It's about accountability.
And along with transparency comes accountability.
Yes.
If an AI system makes a mistake or causes harm, who is responsible?
That's the big question.
Is it the developer who created the system, the company that deployed it, or the human operator who is overseeing it?
It's a complex issue.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. It seems like determining accountability in an AI-driven world is going to be incredibly complex.
It's a challenge we need to face head on.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Right.
But it's a conversation we need to have as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
Absolutely.
We need to establish clear guidelines and frameworks for determining accountability in the event of AI-related errors or harm.
We need to be prepared for the unintended consequences.
We do.
Yeah.
It sounds like navigating the world of AI is going to require a delicate balancing act.
It is.
We need to embrace the potential benefits of this technology
Mm-hmm.
while also being mindful of the potential risks and challenges.
It's a tightrope walk.
It is a tightrope walk.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot where we can leverage the power of AI to improve our lives and our work, while also ensuring that we're using this technology responsibly and ethically.
So after this deep dive into AI and the future of work, where does that leave us? What's the key takeaway for our listeners?
I think the most important message is this.
Okay.
The future is not predetermined.
Okay.
We have the power to shape it.
We do.
And AI is just one of the many tools that will help us do that.
It's not about being afraid of AI or trying to resist it, right? But about understanding its potential, adapting to its evolution, and using it to create a future that benefits everyone.
Exactly. And that means focusing on developing those uniquely human skills.
Okay.
That will always be valuable. Creativity, critical thinking, empathy, collaboration, and a lifelong love of learning.
I like that.
These skills will be essential for navigating the complexities of an AI-driven world and ensuring that AI serves humanity, not the other way around.
It's about embracing change, being open to new possibilities, and remembering that the future is not something that happens to us. It's something we create.
Beautifully said.
It's a future where humans and AI can work together, each leveraging their own strengths to build a better world for everyone.
That's the vision.
Well, on that note of empowered optimism, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of AI and the future of work. It's been a fascinating exploration, and we hope you've gained some valuable insights along the way.
We encourage you to continue learning, exploring, and engaging in these important conversations about the role of AI in our lives. Until next time, keep those uniquely human skills sharp, stay curious, and remember that the future is in our hands.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like to show your support. Got thoughts, questions, or ideas? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe and hit the to stay updated on my latest content. See you in the next video.